Now, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. This is Mr. Balance on the Balance View channel. And as I promised you, in 2025, we will be doing much more of these. So let's get into it. Now, this story is about a farmer in Jamaica who told real hard and got her product stolen. Now, I saw this in the social media space, and then I heard Oral Tracey Maverick providing a perspective on this. Let me say this: crime has long plagued our society, leaving countless victims devastated and communities struggling to recover. Now, the recent situation of the farmer who was robbed of her hard-earned farm products, mainly plantains, really touched a lot of people in a significant way. This is someone who's trying to do better, make good, putting the effort, work hard, not being supported. And yet someone had the audacity, the gumption, the lack of morality to take our products. This story has sparked outrage, including from popular Jamaican sports and social commentator Oral Tracey Maverick. And he's moving away from deterrent as a means of addressing crime and calling for justice to be swift and for punishment to match the severity of crimes committed. Now, Oral has been vocal about the state of crime in Jamaica. In his characteristic style, he now argues that the justice system must prioritize victims, ensuring that the punishment fits the crime. So he's moved away from deterrent to actually exercising punishment, or what I would call retribution. I assume Tracey sees this as a necessary step to restore public confidence and deter would-be offenders. However, does Oral truly believe that all victims should be given justice, regardless of the perpetrator of the crime? I have more reasons I saw him do a video where he expressed his happiness of a chance meeting with someone accused of what we now call unliving a victim. So I will ask Oral, was justice served in this case? And did the victim receive justice? Or does justice exclude or exempt certain parties, given their status in society? Now, I think it's important. Let's listen to Oral's leading to the video, and then we'll listen to the video.
Good thing about Jamaica, they are well celebrated. We celebrate the culture, we celebrate the music, we celebrate, we don't know, we rich history in the sports. And of course, when we celebrate them something there, we celebrate them like the other side of Jamaica sometimes don't exist. Almost as a medicine of denial for some of the wicked things what Jamaica do to them one another. You know? I mean, I talk about the institutional shortfall we have now, you know, or the state let down of the people them since independence, you know. And them something we talk about this time, you know. We just talk about the innate evil in some individual Jamaicans. Now, the other day, I on the online, I see a video come up. Short video, I watch it, and I say, Jaja, that story are touching, I have to come share it, you know. Is a Jamaican woman, obviously. I don't know if she has a presence on socials, but we see this video, and she never show her face, so I don't know her. But her story touched me. The woman was almost in tears. This is a hard-working Jamaican woman. And the story where she had tell, she herself was in tears. And you know the Maverick not cry. But the story almost pulled down tears out of the eye of the Maverick. Just listen to that lady here, and then we talk.
So Maverick there is expressing his disdain and his contempt for what transpired with the lady. And I'll play her video because he's right. It's hard. It's a hard listen. It's frustrating. And I hope they find out who she is and maybe run a GoFundMe for her. We can't necessarily run a GoFundMe for everyone who have financial hardship. But I think this is one case that's being so touching that if we can identify who that person is, I'm sure many would contribute to her being able to buy back her crops and even made a small profit on it because it's difficult to listen. Well, listen to the video.
Tell me now, as a young farmer, more little workers, people for work for me, and me can't get nobody. And you hear me? Me come now for come get my planting them for go make a money. And God know, I saw the man them do me planting them. See them there? I saw the man them come and go through and cut out the whole of my planting them star. See them there? Imagine, more while me there in a rain, me alone and God there, brother. And me want some man for work and me can't get nobody. And imagine me there and me say me I try do my little thing them, right? Me not nobody I give me nothing my woman, me not beg, me work hard for what me want. And imagine, I saw the man them come and them go through right through the farm and I saw them do me planting them. You see it? Tell me now. Tell me now, what the hell me for do now? What me for do? Me as a woman and me alone. More while, me want a man to come work, see there? So then do me things them. Everyone and me planting them, the man them go through the farm and them cut out the whole and me planting them. Imagine, Imagine, see them there? See them there? Yo. God, a true man would even know right now when me have to go through. Come, you know, come on the farm and say, yo, God, why? Me get mad, I can't believe everything. The man them cut out. The man them cut out everything, brother. Me have to work so hard. Right now, me there, me want a little help. And me not see nobody. Me can't get nobody to come help me do nothing none at all, bro. Nothing at all. And me there, me still come every day. And me try do what me I do. Me try do what me I do right through same way. And say, yeah, if me come and me can put in 110 or me can put in 15 or me can chop little grass. Me still come and me do something that feel me one. You understand? Me not see no man to care me try. Look here, me try all when me have the money to pay, me still not get a man to come do me, help me do nothing. And I saw the man them go through right through and cut out the whole of me planting them. But remember me tell you, know, anybody who come in on my blood clot farm, I'm sorry, you know, it nah go so. Me tell anybody that, see them there? I saw the man them do me planting them. Everything they cut out, and me nah ask Christ, it nah go so.
Now, you can hear her anguish. Crimes like these are not just theft of property. They're attack on a person's dignity, effort, and even their survival. Now, Maverick had a post take, obviously had an introduction to the video. So let's try if we can get his post take, actually, on this matter.
What do you hear the man say? She alone. She have her farm. She cultivate her crops. And the owner them just come take her things them. The woman literally a cry. The woman says she try everything in her powers to get some help. She offer to pay people to help her with the cultivation of her crops. No help she can't get, nobody no look on her. She and God alone, she said, go out there. In a sun at rain, shine. This is farming you talk about in a sun at. Farming you talk about in a Jamaica. You know. A hard physical activity that, you know. To me, woman not supposed to even do them kind of work, you know. And this is a woman decides, say, she'll make fear own way. She not beg people and sponge pan people and go out to go do it. And I saw some evil individual treat her. No. From the other day, I embroiled in one discussion and one debate with some of my colleagues them. You hear me and Dan Jackson Miller go at it. About what we need to do in Jamaica. to stem some of them antisocial behavior. At what point in Jamaica, we're going to do some serious things where people outside the international community might say, wow, Jamaica get serious about them thingy. But more importantly, you know, that be business with, you know. Because me have this kind of notion that Jamaica have some semblance of independence about our country, you know. Me check so we have some kind of control over our destiny. And we are independent now for well over 60 years. And we figure so we can take some decisions where in our own interest as a country, we don't have to think about where some people are surrounded us or an next set of people are surrounded us. Somehow in a mind, naive mind, me think Jamaica get to that level there. So when some of them people are do some of them something here, and basically without consequence, you know, if the system even grab them, system just pat them on them arm and send them back out the road, go do the same thing again. And when some of these things that people do to hard-working Jamaican citizens, these things go unpunished, what are the signals? What's the message we're sending to people in terms of their work ethic and their willingness to put in a hard day's work for a hard day's pay? One day in my quiet moment, me I think of what constitutes a deterrent to crime. And then I realize you're down the wrong path me are going. The path where we're supposed to go is supposed to be justice for the victims. Justice for the victims. We realize when things happen to people around the world, no one really and truly seeks justice, you know. Nobody does seek justice for the victim, commensurate with the crime that is done to that victim, you know. Everybody are talking about a deterrent going forward. What about the victim who has suffered already? Where is the general the structure that is put in place to enable, say, the victims and them family get justice? That is why I not go down the deterrent road again. That is never the case for me. You do the thing already, you have to pay for the thing what you do. Anyway, when you hold all them money and now we thief all the woman planting them like that, no? What you do with them money? Carry them go get the system. Where the system pat them and let them out back. Eh?
So it's an interesting take from Maverick. He has moved from the whole concept of deterrent, which is trying to be more preventative, to more detective execution, which is retribution. But what does justice look like in this case? Because for Maverick and many others, it's about catching the perpetrators. It's about the punishment, sending a clear message that crime doesn't pay. Because he says moved away from being deterrent. So now he wants retribution. So this leads us to an essential question. How far should we go in punishing crimes? And I'll ask Maverick again, in all cases, should we send a clear message, or should some persons be exempt from such justice because of their status in society? And we have seen this across the globe, not only in Jamaica. We have seen the road that Maverick seemed to be going down is that as an independent country, and I'm just interpreting what he's saying, we have to come to the grips that drastic times call for drastic measures. And that being independent for 60 plus years and not being able to corral and bring crime to a halt or mitigate or reduce it significantly, whatever methods that we're deploying or employing is not working. And we have seen some countries across the globe. We're now seeing societies now implementing what is deemed to be extreme or inhumane punishment for certain crimes. So, for example, in El Salvador, they have instituted real harsh punishment, especially for gang members and gang leaders, where now they have over 80,000 persons being locked up or deemed to be a threat to society. They have built a jail called Mega with over 40-something person criminals. well, not criminals, individuals who have been deemed to be a threat to society. And they have seen tangible, meaningful reduction in crimes, especially homicides. So they have gone from 6,500 a number of years ago, and I think the new president took over in 2019, to now less than 150. So they have had a 98% reduction, if one does the math, in reduction in homicides in that country. We have even seen more recently the Democratic Republic of Congo. They have reinstituted death penalty, even for crime such as armed robbery. So it includes treason and other crimes, but armed robbery, that means not homicides, where you have an armed robbery, no homicide, you can be executed and will be executed. So just this month in January 2024, they've executed, I believe, 102 individuals who have been convicted of armed robbery, and they expect to execute another 70. Now, this is harsh punishment for a crime, which is meant to actually be justice and retribution for the victims, but also an example of what deterrent may look like. These drastic measures have sparked global debate. On one side, you have proponents who argue that harsh penalties, such as a deterrent and provide retribution for victims, that's a retribution for the victim if you have harsh punishment. On the other side, there are the human rights activists who warn that such measures risk miscarriage of justice and don't address the root cause of crime, which are many, including poverty and inequality. Now, I can see this side that says victims should get justice. There are a lot of instances, especially in homicides, they're not here to defend themselves. Society has to defend them. And society has to send the message that the punishment will fit the crime. And we can't keep having people commit crimes, lock them up for a few days, and let them out to society to be repeat offenders. And there are others who say innocent people can get caught up in the whole process and do not themselves receive justice. But in Jamaica, given that we have 50 per capita to 100,000, look at the per capita number, 50 murders to every 100,000 individuals, the crimes call for urgent and drastic actions. But should we follow El Salvador and the DRC's path of extreme penalties? Or is there another way to achieve justice while addressing the root cause? Now, I'm a little bit surprised at Maverick, because Maverick is also a sports enthusiast. And I hear him talk about in Jamaica's football, the concept of balance. We should have balance.
We're begging for balance. Just some more balance.
But in this case, he seemed to move from one extreme to the next. He was on the deterrent side. Now he's on the side of saying justice for the victims. I think what we need is balance. Justice that's tough but fair, swift, but we have to have some sense of humanity. While Orwell's call for stronger punishment resonates with many, we must also consider policies that rehabilitate offenders and strengthen the socio-economic fabric of our communities. The farmer whose plantings were stolen deserves justice, as do all victims of crime, regardless of the perpetrators and their status in society. But as we chart our way forward, let's ensure we strike the right balance between retribution and reform. What are your thoughts on this issue? Should Jamaica adopt harsher penalties like El Salvador and the DRC, or focus on a more balanced solution? I'll be doing more of these topics on my Balanced View channel. In fact, I have a more comprehensive show, a live show, that I'll bring to you, which will dive deeper into this topic, which is policing the solution, or do we need to contemplate a much more holistic solution to solve the crime problem we have in the globally, but especially in the Caribbean and Latin America, where crime, especially murders, or what we call unlived, the euphemism nowadays, is pervasive. Like, share, and subscribe to the conversation. Together, we can